Hello everyone, Luke4Smith here. It's Friday the 14th of May 2021, just gone 11 o'clock in the PM. I need to do a review on Resident Evil Village today. It's been a week since it's out and I completed it. I completed it a couple of days ago. I think, yeah, it has to be like 2 days ago. Amazing game, I love it. It's a lot better than Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Now this will contain some spoilers, and I'm basically going to try and break it down into like different sections sort of thing. So first of all, enemy design. A lot better enemy design than the Resident Evil 7 enemies, because like Resident Evil 7 had like one type of enemy in like different variants and that was it. With this one you get Lycans, you get werewolves, you get them like ghouls in the castle. And to be fair, I did thought that there'd be a little bit more enemies, because when you go into the Monroe area or Monroe area, it was Lycans in the area and not like weird fish people, which I assumed it would be, because when the actual game got announced and more information came out, I thought in each different area, like in each like different lord's area, there'll be a different type of enemy other than the Lycans. Such like with the castle there was like the ghouls and like the flying enemies, and with Heisenberg factory there was these weird mutant zombie machine beings, which was really cool. But in the Monroe section there was just Lycans, and that was it, and it wasn't as much really, so a little bit disappointed, but still had enemies there to defeat. So the enemy design was great. It even had them great big, like, because obviously that started in Resident Evil 4 with the great big golem creature. It had like a giant Lycan creature with like a battle axe, like a battle hammer, which I thought and everyone thought that was Heisenberg, but it is not. So that was an amazing enemy. And the werewolf, which I didn't know you can kill, but it turns out you can, because it takes a lot of ammunition as well. There's also like zombie corpse enemies as well, but that's after you beat Beviento's manor house, which is weird because like there's no enemies apart from one, which I'll get into a little bit later. So enemy and boss design is amazing, and each of the bosses were unique. A lot better than the mold bosses from 7. Like I said, like 7 is like enemy design was a bit boring. This one the enemy design got a lot better. Now combat, you get a nice good array of weapons. You can get infinite weapons, but you need to upgrade and find all the combinable parts for each gun that you want to infinite for. So as long as you got the money to upgrade all your weapons and know where the parts are, then you're good to go. So the guns are really good. I actually found the Magnum and the grenade launcher. Yeah, they're both in this. Really cool looking Magnum, nicely detailed as well, and nice. You can get a powerful handgun as well. I think it is a collectible, not collectible, because I pick up a item, which is cool. And the actual Duke supplies with ammunition, which I find like ammunition, him supplying it is pretty pointless, because you can find more on your journey and you can like craft more ammunition as well. No rocket launcher, no rocket launcher. I know it's a staple in the series, but you don't get one. And yeah, he does sell you new guns later on in the game, and he does offer information, which I tell you what, let's segue into the Duke. Now we're talking about him. The Duke acts like the merchant. However, he's a little bit better than the merchant because he gives you clues and hints on what to do next. He also allows you to upgrade weapons, like from Resident Evil 4, buy and sell supplies and treasures, and also a new thing, cook meals depending on what sort of meat you collected throughout your journey. Like there's fish, there's pigs or boars, there's goats, and there's chickens, and it's like unique animals as well that you can shoot to get like more unique bits of meat as well. So that is pretty cool. I didn't really use the cooking system as much. I only used it once to like increase my health for a limited amount of time before a boss fight, but to be fair, I didn't really need it. He also is added to more to the lore of the story in this game, which unfortunately you don't really see much of him. Like after you see him like for the final time, it doesn't really say what happens to him, but he is like in some notes throughout the game, and you do get a little bit of information about him, and he does help you out and points him in the right direction, which a merchant didn't do in Resident Evil 4, so that was actually quite cool. Now the actual crafting system in this, obviously you need like bits of like scrap, you need certain items that you find along the way, and you can basically craft health and handgun ammo for the most part. If you want to craft shotgun, rifle and anything else like pipe bombs and like mines and that, you need to buy that ability from the Duke, which I didn't know until halfway into the game. Then I was able to like craft shotgun ammo and rifle ammo, and I think I actually did it for pipe bombs as well because I needed some pipe bombs. I'm not quite sure on magnum ammo because I didn't really see that on the on the actual list, but you might be able to. It really depends if it got added, but I might have overlooked that part. I've already gone through the cooking system as well, so let us talk about the sound on this one. Amazing sound, like good like ambient sound. Yeah, bear in mind I didn't play through with my headphones, even though I should. I probably ended up doing them on my second playthrough. Really good sound designs, like you really think like something's coming behind you, like in game. So you're like looking around in game to see if there's like a lichen or something behind you, and it is nice, and like it sounds so realistic as well, even without headphones. But I would recommend you just plug headphones in and try it with headphones as well. So great sound design, love it. Now now I want to talk about the PS4 version, which I ended up getting. The PS4 version runs pretty smoothly. It's not that bad at all. Yeah, the graphics may not be like all 4K like the PS5, but for me it was just as good. It was just as decent. Because it's PS4, loading times is super long, especially if you get into an elevator, and you know if you get into like a really long elevator, it takes so long because it's a loading screen disguised as an elevator. On the PS5 one, I have seen footage of it, a lot quicker loading screens on that part. So yeah, if you've got a PS5, then get the game for PS5 because it will be a bit better with the speed and the more powerful, obviously. But if you got PS4, get it for the PS4. It's just as good. As long as you don't mind waiting, it's perfectly fine. Now what else? Let's talk about the characters. Let's talk about the characters. The actual characters was pretty good. Not bad. It has like Ethan and Mia in it. So basically it starts off in a few years after the 7th game. The four lords of the game, not nice variant of characters for the four lords. Like you got Alcina Dimitrescu, you got Salvador Monroe, which is like a deformed fish man thing with a hunchback. You've got Donna Barrientos, the puppet master, I like to call her, who has Angie the puppet, and you get Carl Heisenberg, which is the second from last boss. That's actually quite a cool boss because you have to like shoot him with like a tank sort of artillery tank, like has been modified. So pretty cool boss fights as well. Really nice boss fights. Quite enjoyed them. I think the hardest boss fight was probably the first one for me, because she's like flying around a lot, and I found it a little bit annoying, but I got her in the end. Now the actual story. Let's get into the story, shall we? This is where the spoilers is going to be. So basically, you start off in your home, and I believe the actual time frame is in a day in February 2021. So this is set fairly recently. You're in your home, and a group of guys come in. And Chris shoots Mia, which you probably already know because of the trailers, and you get transported to a Romanian village, which I do believe that Ethan and Mia actually lives in Romania in this one, but it's not like set in stone. I'm not quite sure if it is correct or not, because I read through the files in the actual game and it didn't actually state that they lived in Romania, just like Europe. I'm pretty sure it is Romania because they get transported in via a truck. So the truck crashes and you're basically dumped off in this village. You crash in this village, you go down and enter the village, and you find out that the village has been taken over by Lycans, and all the villagers are scared and stuff. And then you later find out that the four lords watch over the village, as well as Miranda, the Mother Miranda, like the main enemy, like the main boss in the game. And Miranda looks over the village and basically controls it now, and she has Rose, the baby. So you basically have to go through, like, this is another thing. I thought it was like gonna be like a free roaming thing, like you can pick whatever house that you want to go through first, but it's not like that. You have to go through the castle first, and then the Barrientos estate, and then the Monroe swamp area, and then Heisenberg's factory. So you have to do it in order. When you do it, like all the houses are really nicely detailed. I think the longest one for me to complete was the first one, the castle, and to be fair, it was quite a length. They could have just made that its own game, just left it as that, because it was a decent length. It was about 2 or 3 hours sort of thing. Like if they wanted to make a shorter Resident Evil game, they should have just like left it as that. But we was gifted with such a great like semi-open world game with like a lot of things to do, because there's like when you actually do the first house, like the first castle, and you get the Rose flask, because another thing, you find out that Rose has been basically transformed into like whatever and put into these like different flasks, and you need to collect 4 of them in order to put into the altar, and then take the column out and put into another altar, which will take you to the Heisenberg area. And when you actually complete it, you do get like extra items to actually do, which to me looks like side quests to get treasures in throughout the village. And there's a lot of hidden areas. You can't do them like all at once. You have to do like a house and then get some things, and then another one, and then get another few things, and another, and get another few things in the village. There's also like secret weapons for each house, and like treasures as well, which is located in like treasure chests on the actual map, like golden ones, which are normally like more expensive, unique sellables to the Duke. So it's really good. It has got a lot of replayability in, and it has got like these weird wooden goat figures that you have to smash, which act like the bobbleheads from Seven, as well as Mr. Everywheres and Mr. Raccoons and all that stuff. I don't really know what you get out of doing it, but probably a trophy. I'll have to like look up a guide and get them all on my second run so I can do it. But I really want to upgrade all my weapons first till we get infinite. But I'll have to go through like 1 or 2 more playthroughs so I actually get every single weapon at an infinite stage. So going back to the story now, once you collect all the flasks and you do this and you do that, after the Heisenberg boss you get thrown into the a few cutscenes, and you basically play as Chris for a while, and then you get thrown back into Ethan and you have to defeat Mother Miranda to get Rose back, and that's basically it. I'm not going to spoil the ending, like the last ending scene, but I'm pretty sure most of you already know what's going to happen. As I was quite surprised by the ending, as I wasn't really expecting that sort of ending. I'm actually hoping for DLC for this game as well, because hopefully they won't make you wait until like Resident Evil 9 to figure out what's going to happen next to the Winters' family. So I'm really not quite sure. But anyway, I haven't tried the Mercenaries yet. That'll be the next one to try out. And I think I'm going to leave it here. So I've enjoyed the game very much. Amazing game, a hell of a lot better than 7, I must say. A lot of replayability, and it's a lot bigger game as well. I did it in like 10 hours something, but depends if you speed through it. Like if you got all infinite weapons and everything, you probably just like go through it within like an hour or 2, like a few hours, like 3 hours max. But I like to go through on casual and in my own pace on my first playthrough of any game really. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in another video.